Our Hotspots magazine will celebrate 37 years this fall, and it has been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and the spirit of our Hotspots queer entertainment. So this week is sponsored by the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make jokes about size matters. And when it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is a destination of choice for LGBTQ plus South Florida for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. Broward Center is the home for LGBTQ plus entertainers, shows, Broadway national drag performers, LGBTQ plus choral events, and so much more. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities of Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and all of South Florida. They support that LGBTQ plus community and are nonprofits unlike any other theater in South Florida. We are excited to tell you in upcoming shows the rich 2023 season that the Broward Center for the Performing Arts will bring to our LGBTQ plus community. Did you know that surveys show that the LGBTQ plus community participates in live theater performances 2.5 times more often than our straight counterparts? You knew that. Everybody at this table knew that. And that's why they are the sponsor of Hotspot's Queer Entertainment this week. Thank you, Broward Center. I'm going to go see Tina next week. I can't wait. All right. After months of teasing us with pictures of Ryan Gosling with platinum blonde hair and tanned abs, sexy Margot Robbie, and an endless series of confounding paparazzi set photos, Warner Brothers on Friday finally released the first footage for Greta Gerwig's upcoming Barbie movie, which is full of gay vibes. The teaser shows Margot Robbie's story with Helen Mirren doing the voiceover. We will also get to see the sex education famed Gatwa as Ken in the movie. Gatwa is stealing the hearts of many young gay men already since the famous Netflix series.
Since the beginning of time, since the first little girl ever existed, there have been dolls. But the dolls were always and forever baby dolls. Until...
Man, we have to wait till July 21st of next year. Our Hotspots Queer Entertainment headline of the week, come on Barbie, let's go party, is gonna be the queer plastic, and LGBTQ plus loves it. What do you folks think?
I am hormonally obligated to watch anything with Ryan Gosling in it. I mean, it doesn't matter what he does. He looks like he just needs to be tied up and he's going to like it.
Oh.
Yeah, oh.
I didn't know that was where that was going to go.
All right.
How about you on Team A?
Auntie,
Or not sorry.
You've been excited since they even thought about maybe doing the Barbie movie.
Well, okay, so I'm very excited because Greta Gerwig is amazing, right? Greta Gerwig is not just a typical director. She's basically like an art house director that is making something commercial. And that, if you guys don't know this, was a direct scene-by-scene rip of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like literally scene by scene, the little girl part.
Yes.
Like, it was literally from the movie. And to me, that alone spoke volumes because that already told you immediately, this is where this movie is going to go.
Style.
It's got parody, it's got all of this stuff. And I love it because it is as over the top, just in the trailer, it's as over the top as any queer kid who is obsessed with Barbie. This is what we wanted, right? We don't want subtle, we want it to be as ridiculous as possible.
Plastic,
like
over the
watching
top.
Shang-Chi, like literally doing dance moves, like
Yes.
everything. It's gonna be the craziest movie. And I love it though because I know the director is making something that's going to be, there's more to it.
It's gonna be different
than just that.
Yeah.
And I think that a character like this that's been around for over 60 years, we joke about Barbie a lot, but Barbie is an integral part of American culture. It is just as relevant as Twinkies, as everything. It's like, it's there. And like what Mark was saying, like this character, that outfit's the original outfit. That was in the 60s, right? Imagine a doll having that type of outfit in the 60s of all times. It was life-changing. And it's based on, my favorite part, because this is all based on the kink community, it's based on a sex doll from Germany. That's the original design.
I didn't know that.
Barbie is based on a doll that was like an adult doll from Germany that like they sued Mattel. It was very bad.
Oh, the million moms are gonna be
Right?
up in
I have never
arms
seen
about
you.
this.
Yeah, wait till they
No,
get
I
that part.
can't because because the thing is for me like there's this cross section right between gayness and girliness, right? And I love that world. I know that everybody doesn't love that world. I love that world because the thing is that these dolls help little girls to realize so much about themselves. And I think because I had so many female friends growing up, I know because I have those friends. They are doctors, they are dentists, they are this thing that when we were kids in the 80s, that still was not a thing that they were telling little girls like, oh yeah, you can do this.
You can be anything.
You can be anything. They were not doing that. So these dolls help that process.
Well, because they came out with like a Barbie doctor.
Barbie doctor, Barbie astronaut, Barbie,
Yeah.
like everything. And so it did help to reinforce when society was still saying like their highest achievement is going to be a wife and mother, right? Because that was still the 80s. Everybody these dolls helped that journey for them.
Yeah, no, and I know so many people that are our age, boys, that would sneak when they were kids and take their
Absolutely.
sisters' Barbies, you know,
Absolutely.
because their parents would be up in arms, if God forbid. You know, I'm happy that we live sort of in a different world. Like I've got great friends that have kids that let their kids, hey, play with a doll, play with a truck. I don't care.
Whatever it is.
Just play, right? It doesn't matter.
Absolutely. And but the diversity in the three Barbies, the diversity in the three Kens is also to the next level because again, if you had a sister and you played Barbies with your sister and you played dolls, you had to have someone who was brown and chocolate, had played with this yellow person with blonde hair,
Right.
and you had to play, and you had to do.
Yeah.
And we didn't get a brown Barbie, and so way, and it was our best friend Skipper, who got no clothes, had no house, had no car, had
Poor
nothing.
Skipper.
Whatever the name was, you know. And so
a
I
busted car.
love the extra part, even with
Ugly
Issa Rae was, and that's that promotion. The extra of the smile, the extra of the moment,
whole thing.
the whole extra. Even and you know, I think that's what we need to celebrate.
Yeah.
That we can now show the diversity and all of that. We can be funny. It can be still relevant, and then Barbie is still an institution that's
Still
going to be
relevant.
around 25 years
Forever.
later.
Forever.
And what I hope now is Skipper gets her home. Skipper gets her condo. and that
Skipper's dog gets her.
Right?
you know, I mean,
Something
but
like
that, and get realistic clothes because we need to now show our young people that when they want that, because you know, think about those stories that happen where they would give that black child that doll that was brown or that yellow doll and say which one was better. They only went to the yellow doll because that's all they knew, and black
That's
was
all they
bad.
saw, and that's all they saw.
on
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
And so now they're going to be able to see a representation of themselves and be like, I want that. I want to be that.
I the only credit I'll give to Barbie, because I'm a gay boy that didn't play with Barbies. I played with
Shocker.
No.
Ninja Turtles and stuff.
I didn't
But
play
the
with
one
Barbies.
thing that I saw that was cool about my sister's toys were the amount of accessories, bro.
Yeah.
Like she could turn her doll into anything she wanted, and then slowly our Ninja Turtles got like helmets and they got bats and they got extra accessories, and I was like, that
okay.
shit came from Barbie because ain't nobody like fucking with
Wow.
accessories.
You didn't think anybody would buy that, right?
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
was a part of it. I think the guy from Sex Education, I just want to give the biggest appreciation to the glow up that is his career, because I don't know if obviously I'm a big nerd, but he is also the new Doctor Who.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I knew he looked familiar.
And,
Okay.
like I didn't know he was in the Barbie movie. I knew about Margot and Ryan. I didn't know he was in it. So literally, like you see Shang-Chi, who is like now become an Asian American icon, even though he's Canadian,
Yeah, he
and
is.
him, it's putting actual people that are out there, not just in this Barbie world. They're making moves in the larger Hollywood community, and the fact that they're all coming together for Issa, all under this movie, it's going to be something.
Is it going to be a
spectacular.
blockbuster? Do you think it's going
I
to
think so.
win at the box office?
This is because I'm telling you, there is something magical just in that.
You're so
Just
excited about it.
No, I am.
Well, if they keep it where it's like for the general public, if it's like too adult,
I don't
maybe
think it's
not.
Gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be adult. I think it is for the because they can't completely do it like that.
Right.
This is something that's gonna be probably PG at most.
Still Barbie.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But the
And
thing,
comedic. And
but the
very,
thing is
very
like
comedic.
it's comedic, but
Gotcha.
it is there are a lot of major people along the entire spectrum of Hollywood that are coming together to make this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally narrated by Helen Mirren. She was the Queen of England.
Yeah.
So that just shows the versatility
It's just-
of
it is.
everyone.
the actors.
It's hitting all the
hitting all the boxes.
All the audience. I mean, again, it's hitting all the audience. It's a feel good. It's going to be feel good. It's going to be something that you can relate to. Even if you know, again, I had a sister who had Barbies, and we had GI Joes. Again, they were still yellow. They were not. They were only the black guy is the side character with the beard. I never, but again,
Oh,
this hits.
terrible beard.
But this hits all the so families can go together and celebrate. Mom can talk about to the daughter about when I had a Barbie. Now the child has a Barbie.
Yep.
And then you can go with your gay best friend and laugh about the comedic craziness of it all and the extraness of it all, and then we can go have drinks afterwards and then talk.
Well,
about
would you
it.
be mad if they don't have a gay character?
Well, I wouldn't care.
I don't care about that.
Because you're gonna make somebody.
I don't give a-
Ken is gonna be gay because Ken got his own stuff. So Ken's gonna be gay. Somebody's gonna be gay.
Yeah.
And just piggybacking on like what you were talking about with the representation, it's ironic that like this is the week of Christmas, and I when I was 6 years old, my family and we went back to my parents' country. We're from Guyana in South America, and we went to go see Santa Claus in the department store. So we walk into the department store. I'm 6 years old. I'm with my mom and my dad. At the time, I was 6, and my little brothers were 3 and 1. And I went to go take this picture with Santa, and refused to take the picture with Santa because Santa was black. And it was because of that representation, because the first 6 years of my life, Santa was white.
Yeah.
Santa had always been white. I
Yeah.
had never seen a black or brown, an Asian, a female Santa. That never existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here I am, this little brown boy, first generation American, going back to my parents' home country, seeing a Santa Claus that they probably have grown up, taking pictures with all of these kids in the department store. And here I am making the biggest scene, and my dad had to pick me up because I'm screaming, "He's black, he's black."
Oh my God.
And that was the moment I actually did not believe in Santa again, because I'm like, how could he be? How could I come home and
I've seen
all
him white
these
everywhere
images.
else.
Yeah, what do
Yeah.
you mean? What
Yeah.
do you mean there's a different Santa? So at 6 years old, that was a concept I could not understand.
But that's just a brainwashing of life that
Yeah.
has happened to all of us.
and
At the
it
end of the
is.
day, we were talking before the show about 2016 when Mall of the Americas, the Minnesota Mall, had hired black Santa, white Santa, Asian Santa, whatever. And the people started protesting because supposedly the kids were confused. Because we were confusing Christmas. Because we were jodiendo Christmas. Because we were messing up Christmas. And Cal, it's your fault.
It is your fault, Cal.
the end of
A
Christmas.
mythical creature
But
with
I love-
reindeers does.
How about that for a Hallmark movie?
But how about that? But again, we talked about earlier.
Probably been one.
My first Santa Claus was black.
More life
We
Santa.
talked about it earlier. My mother was Mrs. Claus, and we went to, there was a mall for our neighborhood that only had black Santa. So once we left that neighborhood, and my mother, she was no longer, who's this guy? That's not the guy that I know.
That's that white guy.
That's
He's
not-
sitting on his lap.
That's not the pictures that I have, because I can honestly say that we have pictures of black Santa Claus, and then when you would go, then there's white Santa Claus, and then for me, my mother was always Mrs. Claus, so I knew who the real Santa was, the real breadwinner,
Yeah.
the one who did all of that.
And my parents would have never known that I would have reacted that way.
No,
Absolutely.
how would they know?
How would they have
How do
known?
you know?
Something that I was conditioned to, and that was my reaction.
Of course. Well, now you believe on Santa. I've seen you sit on many Santa's laps.
Wow.
Just
Great.
waiting.
And they're not even Santa for
I
real.
have a picture.
It doesn't have to be
His name is
Santa.
just Nick. His name is just Nick, and he's sitting on his lap. All right.
LGBTQ+ news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+ community.